Hey everybody, it's just another freelance post. I haven't been on here in a long time anyway, so I'm finding out that I've got a lot of time early in the morning before I start work. Um, what I want to talk about today, and this is probably just going to be like a little 5 minute segment, hopefully, is um, our low water levels. We're going through record heat almost throughout the entire nation again. All highs, all high heat, and the water levels are starting to drop all over again. So this was brought up amongst other coworkers yesterday, and I got to slip in a message that, well, why aren't the politicians making it to where we're having water producing companies with the water company, with our water system? Because it's not like it's not possible with hydroponics and aquaponics and all this good stuff. We can do these mediocre size for residents, but we can't make one giant or many giant sized aquaponic systems. That just doesn't make any sense to me. The waters are already connected to the rivers and all this good stuff. So it's not like water supplying at first isn't going to be a problem. Producing water, however, is something that should be done all the time, and it should probably be done more than just one. Then the ugly truth came up. One station. Then the ugly truth came up that it just costs so much money, and most politicians won't be down for it, unless it involves a ribbon cutting ceremony, for some kind of great project, as opposed to a necessity project. The project is survival, you know. And also there's a thought of corporate greed that the water systems in our major cities and everywhere else technically doesn't want to do a hydroponic or aquaponic system that produces water, because it's easier and more beneficial to just keep charging more for it, you know despite the fact that that's the very wrong way to go. That's nothing but corporate greed, you know but back to the thing, why aren't we just simply making more water, especially when we've got all of this drought going on and water levels, dropping, you know these incredibly horrible, high heat indexed and high heat temperatures that are carrying on. A while back, this type of method of questioning started popping up in my head, just simply because of the migrant solution. Why aren't we picking up the migrants and putting them in towns, populating towns that we ourselves abandoned? You know, there are towns that nobody just plain wants for some reason or another. And it's mostly because it just can't keep up living there. You just can't keep up with living here in the city, or in any major city for that matter. So rightfully those towns die. You know, but their structures and their buildings and their houses are still standing, if not still in need of, and not if not just a unique fixer-upper kind of status. When you have that many people that will also be in need of that many jobs, you know, and you have a lot of people citizens who are also in need of jobs, you know, why not start the hydroponic aquaponic systems, to produce more water, those systems, so that way we could stop, lowering the levels of our own water, natural water supply. You know, just I mean, for crying out loud, we've got the technology, we have the know-how. You could do one in your backyard, for crying out loud. Uh, so why not do a state-funded, city, organized at a federal level, screw it, at all levels, since this is technically a national problem, you know. But that's what I was thinking, stuff about that kind of stuff, and if any of y'all can, you know, point out a system that you all know. I don't want to hear, rhetoric. I'd rather stick to the subject. Point out a system that where that kind of stuff can actually work, especially in high levels of population. And hopefully we can all get to an answer quick to bring to our people, which also it leads to the title of this segment. I think we should vote for the ones that actually have a plan and will put it into place. A hydroponic, aquaponic system. That'll keep the water levels from lowering. Just for right now, just keep the water levels from lowering any further. As opposed, and you do that, you can actually watch the water levels rise naturally. It'll take a while to create an aquaponic system. It's, capable of hydrating entire cities anyway. It'll take a small while anyway. So while we're making that and then have it completed, that in turn will have the results of water levels stopping as far as stopping with dropping, and then we start to see it slowly rise, and we get our waters back, and we get our vacation spots back, and we get our the complaints, it's too crowded, and all this other crap back, and and everybody's I know what you're thinking, yeah, and have it all polluted all over again. Well, with a lot of water comes a lot of water maintenance, including keeping it clean. That's just more jobs to provide for each state to provide. Especially if you're loaded with water, that's just more jobs to provide and all this stuff. San Antonio is the proof of that. We have, cleaning crews along our highways because our highways are constantly being trashed. But instead of just issuing out citations and all this other crap and arresting people and all this garbage, the city is just opening up new jobs, which is road cleanup crew, and right now it's small, but the areas that they clean, I mean, oh my God, they look immaculate. They look fantastic. Back when I was a rideshare driver, I was always happy to see them, because then I knew which route to actually take to drop the passengers off to their hotels, because it looked better. Everybody was just always amazed at how wonderful this place looked, how San Antonio looked when I was driving them in the areas after it got cleaned up. A lot of people just had a lot more fun and all this stuff looking at this great looking city. But the polluted and the trashed and all this stuff, I mean, it just bring the spirits down. It even bring my spirits down, and I live here, So, but yeah, that's the spiel there, with the proper innovation, it could come up with some mega positive results. And that's the thing that I'm trying to focus on and point out. And that's the thing, that more of that type of information is what I'm hoping for. If you could please throw that into the comments, your ideas and what you found to be best for, that best works in whatever country and all this good stuff, and how it could work here in the States. And I honestly think we should bring it to our political leaders and vote for the one that'll actually put it into effect, as opposed to just the same old. Every single political leader on all sides of the aisle are saying this. That it'll be great to have a great system, and that we can look into the future, and by way of God's intention of us doing the best of our capabilities and all this other stuff. Those are great preachings. Those are great sermons. But what we need now is a political leader that'll actually put it into effect, that'll actually do their work. Sorry for the shaking. That'll actually do their work, their part of the job, and I think those are the politicians that we should actually look out for. So yeah, that's what I got to say. I was trying to make this a 5 minute. It's now coming up to 10. Y'all take care. Y'all take it easy. Stay safe out there. Keep on keeping on. This is Chris with Chris's Comments, signing out.